Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those of you watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Also appreciate those of you who have subscribed. Thank you very much. Hopefully you've been enjoying my reviews. And today we'll be talking about an Alfred Hitchcock classic, Rear Window, starring Grace Kelly and James Stewart. Brain freeze there. In this movie, James Stewart plays a photographer who's stuck in an apartment with a broken leg. To pass the time, he watches his neighbors through the rear window of his building. Sounds like a simple plot, right? But Hitchcock turns it into both a study of human relationships and a murder mystery. What I love about this movie, about Hitchcock movie here, I'm looking at my notes. Hitchcock movie uses Stewart's window to show slices of marriages and relationships. You got a lonely widow grieving for her husband. You got a blonde yoga instructor, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she's in yeah, she's a yoga instructor. I'll just say that. And she's courting got all these men coming to her apartment, trying to get her to marry him, you know. She's in like I don't know, all these birds come over there to marry her. We're just gonna go with it here. And then we got a marriage couple like is constantly fighting. And through these neighbors, Hitchcock asks, what is marriage? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it something worth trying to obtain in our lives? Meanwhile, Stewart's own relationship with Grace Kelly's character is at a turning point. He wants to stay free and independent. She wants a more settled life. It's fascinating how Alfred Hitchcock mirrors that situation with what Stewart observes outside. This is the first time I've seen Grace Kelly in a movie, and I was blown away. Her acting was phenomenal, and her presence absolutely matched James Stewart's. You know, James Stewart is a great actor, and everything he's in, he's just fantastic. And Grace Kelly was right there with him in this movie. You know, they were on the same par, right there together. She was fantastic, like I said. Of course, she is incredibly beautiful, but beyond that, she brought a strength and intelligence to her character that I really enjoyed. And like I said before, she felt like an equal partner with James Stewart in this movie. So after setting up these themes about love and a marriage, Hitchcock shifts the film into a kind of like a total genre. It comes to be a murder mystery film. Even though Stewart never leaves his chair, and I don't think the camera ever leaves his little apartment building room, the tension really peaks when Grace Kelly sneaks over there to the apartment to try to get some evidence about what's going on. And you're just basically stuck in James Stewart's point of view, watching her go through the apartment and then seeing the guy that they think committed the murder of his wife walk in towards the apartment. You know, you feel just as helpless as James Stewart does in that situation. It's beautiful. It's beautifully done. This is like I've been talking for like an hour now. This is, you know, more than that 3.5 minutes that you see me. So, you know, Hitchcock, going back to Hitchcock here, and I just love how Hitchcock does his storytelling. He lays out the clues brilliantly. Let us piece things together as Stewart does, whether it's the little dog digging in the flower bed and stuff like that. My only complaint is the villain's confession at the end of the movie. As soon as the police come in, he kind of confesses everything that he's done. I feel that's kind of abrupt. However, you know, I realize why they did it. It's in the movie, you know, and you just want to try to get the guy's motive out there in the open, you know. It's like, hey, this is like 5 more minutes. We're not going to go through a whole show trial and stuff like that. So that's like the only really complaint about the movie is that like, you know, nobody coughs up their, nobody says, hey, I did this and this is why I did it, you know, once the cops grab them. I guess that would be nice. My final thoughts of Rear Window is it's a masterpiece of suspense and storytelling. It takes a setup that sounds kind of boring on paper when you say, hey, you want to watch this movie? It's about a guy sitting on his chair. He watches his neighbors and then somebody gets murdered and he doesn't leave his chair to go there and tackle him and fight him or anything. He just sits there hopelessly trying to figure out, you know, clues to get this guy to confess that he murdered his wife. But it's done in such a way that it's suspenseful, it's entertaining. I mean, I think the movie's about an hour and a half or something like that, but it doesn't feel like an hour and a half. I think this is like Hitchcock at his best. I even like it better than Psycho, and everybody talks about Psycho, maybe because it was such a big box office hit. But it's a terrific movie. Check it out. You haven't seen Rear Window. Like I said, on paper it looks boring and dull, but to see James Stewart and Grace Kelly act out their scenes and play these roles, it's a must-see movie to watch, especially if you've never seen a Hitchcock movie. So anyways, what do you guys think about Rear Window? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you agree with me? Don't agree? Let me know in the comments below. Been about 20 years now since I've seen the Christopher Reeves remake of this movie, and it's just something about that movie that doesn't capture the same suspense as the Hitchcock movie. But you know, you can kind of see if you want to, you can check out Christopher Reeve's version as well. But you have to watch the classic version of Rear Window. Anyways, have a great day. Until next time, earthquake with my fingers. Have a great day. Bye.